Hello, good evening, and welcome. I'm Michael Coren. You've just entered the arena. Have you missed me? I really missed you. No, I'm lying, I didn't. I was just having a great time on holiday. Myself, my wife, in Britain. The pound is weak, the dollar is strong. It wasn't bad. Great show lined up for you tonight, and some great shows we've planned for the weeks ahead. And it is a pleasure to be back, because where else can I actually give my point of view and not be thought of as being completely insane as I speak to myself in the middle of the street? I was 2 weeks in Britain and had really a marvellous time. Saw old friends, saw old buildings, and felt less old because of it. I also observed all sorts of events in Britain and elsewhere. And how could I not? It's my job. The sinking of the Costa Concordia. I mean, we can all feel a little smug as we point at Captain Caricature with his greased mullet haircut and a yellow streak down his back the size of Manitoba, and know we would have behaved better. Well, it's probably true. Couldn't be worse, could it? But let's be honest here for a moment. Women and children first. Look, I love it. It's the quintessence of honour, dignity and sacrifice. But it's also horribly sexist and surely immoral, if not illegal, in our enlightened age. I mean, seriously, even in a time of extreme danger, are we supposed to assume female weakness by putting women first? I think so, but then I'm so horribly old-fashioned. Now, speaking of discrimination, 3 men were convicted in Derby in the Midlands in Britain of incitement to hatred after they handed out leaflets announcing that gay people would be executed in an Islamic state and should be killed in Britain. The leaflets were put through mailboxes, even, this is true, given to a cop. Now, it's quite right that they were arrested. Freedom of speech is sacred. Calls to murder are criminal. But the BBC, the British version of our elitist media, the CBC, managed to report the entire story, I saw it, without ever describing the men as being, yes, Muslim. Which is odd in that the BBC and the CBC use the epithet Christian whenever they can if someone has been dumb and daft and has even a vague connection to a church. How very strange. Then we had the story of a group of US servicemen allegedly urinating on the bodies of some fascist, intolerant, murderous, hateful, primitive Taliban mass killer. It was wrong. Even the most vile of people have rights in death, and the West is ethically superior to the various Islamic terror gangs. But this story is mere passing gossip, a smattering of hysterics and histrionics, a meaningless and minor event that should have resulted in a slap on the wrist and a command to do up your flies. Instead, it became a sensation, where legions of journalists who have never seen an angry man or fired a single bullet in defense of the weak became all tough and determined in condemning warriors who allowed a moment of triumph after the most appalling fear to get the better of them. If, say, a cruise ship sank, who would you rather have by your side? A newspaper writer or a marine? Oh, and my wife and I visited Stonehenge. Being a typical Londoner, I've never been there before. It was magnificent. Nearby is equally superb Salisbury Cathedral, where, in the cathedral restaurant annex, customers are told, listen, remember the environment. Please take only 1 serviette. Well, we took 4. You see, I'm an untidy eater. And we also think that cathedrals, even Anglican ones, should be about worship of the eternal God, not worship of the earth goddess. Yeah, it's good to be back in Canada. So much to say, so little opportunity when you're 3,000 miles from Sun News and the Arena studio. It's going to be a great year. Best take a lot of serviettes, though, because barriers will be broken, ceilings smash, and it can get a little messy.